So this is something I picked up at an estate sale, actually several years ago, that's been sitting in my storage unit, and I went down to move some stuff around and decided it was time to actually open this thing up and figure out what it is. So obviously some kind of substitution box. It's got these nice rotary switches. It's labeled units, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. The scale, however, is weird. 0, 11, 21, 32, 40, 52, 0, 104, 206, 323. The scale to me doesn't mean anything. And that's part of the confusion about what is in this thing. So, let's take a poke at it, see if we can get any idea what it is. So let me get this off of continuity mode into straight ohms. That's capacitance. And we'll start with ohms. Let me switch them all to 0. Overflow. Capacitance, maybe? So let's get to capacitance mode. There's... no, it zeroed back out. Inductance, maybe? I have no clue. The scale to me is not a hint as to what lurks inside. To some of you, it may be completely obvious. Let's go ahead and pull the screws out. So this was a Boeing engineer, I was told, at the estate sale. And of course, he had passed. And it was an auction house that came in to auction the stuff off. That actually happens fairly often up here in the Seattle area. He had a bunch of older Heathkit equipment down in his shop, along with a number of these handmade, items. The Heath, none of it really sold over the weekend. It got to the Sunday where it was like a make offer, and I made an offer basically for all of it in one pass, which was accepted, and pulled it all out of there. I mean, it was headed for the dumpster. Literally, that afternoon or that next day. Most of the Heathkit stuff, if not all of it, I got it super cheap, and I took it out to the Mike and Key Hamfest out in Puyallup, Washington, several years ago, and I think everything was labeled $5, and when it hit noon, I made it free, and all that stuff found new homes. There was, VTVMs. There was a lot of stuff from excellent condition to very poor condition. Wow, they are power resistors. They are large power resistors. Those are nice rotary switches, ceramic body. The contacts look nice. That is a nice box. So basically, he's just done some... let's see where the first resistor would be. First resistor is right there, and it is a brown, black, black. So it would be 10 ohm, and he's got it labeled 11. Then it moves on to 2 black blacks, a 20, and he's got it labeled 21, etc. So wow, it's just I'm not going to call it precision, but what size are those? 5 watt, 10 watt? I don't even know. Wow, this thing is really heavily built. Wow. It is just what it says it is. It is well, it didn't say resistance, but it is just a power resistor substitution box. I'm going to go ahead and clean up that switch. I'm going to hit them all here. So I don't know why on resistance we didn't actually measure anything. Wonder why he needed such precision in a power resistor substitution box. I don't know. Sorry for the loud clicking. Nice switches. You can certainly tell there's kind of a difference between them. So I've kind of given all of those a shot of contact cleaner. They didn't look corroded at all. Actually looked really nice. But so why did the meter in resistance mode not actually measure anything? So let's go back to resistance here. No, I was there. Those should nearly zero out, and they do. Do I have my little clip leads available here? Well, I have two black ones, not that it matters. Can I actually get these to come in at an angle? That's not worth fighting with it like that. Let's grab a couple of some of these are super long. Sorry, I'm looking for leads that I can use here. Well, these two black ones are fine. I'm not worried about polarity. It is resistance. Those actually look pretty corroded down inside. Let's give it a little shot here. See if we could knock some of the... Doesn't look much better to me. Yeah, I'm getting contact cleaner everywhere. Yeah, using my leads here to scrub the inside of this is not optimal. But it's what I'm doing. You can berate me in the comments if you need to. Paper towel, where's the roll of paper towel? It is not here. Get everybody back zeroed out. Doesn't matter that I'm using two black leads. We're measuring resistance. We're not worried about polarity. That zeroes out fairly well. Let's go to 110 kilo ohms. Now it's of course measuring resistance. So there is basically no resistance, 11 ohms, 10.8, 32, 40, 52.5. It's interesting that he's gone to 53 at 72.8. It's measuring much higher. Huh. So that is on blue, red, black. I don't know why it's measuring high, but it is. Well, we know what it is. It is a resistor substitution box. I actually have one of these we looked at in a previous video that's real high power. 104 ohms. 206. I really probably need to get in here with my Kelvin ohm meter and do some 4-point measurements, get a little more accurate on these really low ones. But it's a resistor substitution box. That's why it's off. Oh no, that was correct. So 524 ohms. I guess it's there, 533. I don't know why it's measuring high. Now, I'm going to fire up the bench meter here that you can't see. And we're going to go to ohms. And I'm going to see what it says. 10.8, same as we saw here. 104, 105, I think that's what we saw here. So it's 1145, 1120, 10.4, or 10.41, and this is labeled 10.14, so it's not as precise as what he's got labeled here, but again, the resistors have aged. Well, they shouldn't have aged much. Anyhow, it is a resistor substitution box, which is what I started with. I wonder why initially I didn't see resistance. It may just be that there was a dirty contact, because these are all in series in the end. So lead comes in to the rotary part of the switch, to the common on the resistors, rotary part of the switch, common on the resistors, down to the rotary part of the switch, etc. And so they're all in series. And then, of course, this ring comes off the other side. And so you can add the resistances together. Do I have a need for something this large? No. I would rarely, if ever, use it. The sheet metal box is kind of interesting. There's metal fatigue has caused the case to kind of break in multiple places. Those screw holes did not line up. I think he drilled his own screw holes. He did. Definitely hand built. So much respect for that. Always cool when you can build your own test gear. And considering all the tube equipment and that kind of stuff he had in his lab, something like this is not surprising at all, you know, with power resistors. Not sure what I'll do with this. It's going to take up shelf space that I really don't want to give up. Well, that screw's very, very stripped. Oh, that one's being surprisingly tight. Yeah, there's some definite offset here. The case isn't exactly square. It's an awful big box for what it is. I guess it's not. Anyhow, we'll wrap this one up here. I don't know what else I can say about this thing. Resistor substitution box. I'll see you in a future video.